All right, I've got some seats right over here in the second row. I've got some in the back next to Araik, and I've got a few next to Ani. Guys, go ahead and fill it up. You guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
I still hear people talking, so I'm just going to wait. All right, now that I have all of your attention, I'm just kidding. All right, how was the training by Kareem?
Amazing!
Awesome. Now here's the crazy part. This is part 2. So with that being said, I need my model again to come up on stage. Let's give him a big hand. There we go. Here's the top of Super EDC. All right, sir. I'm gonna hand it up.
Give me the mic. It's over. Everybody up on your feet again. Let's get it. Can I get some music, DJ? Can I get some music? Shut up. Shut up. It's Thursday. Come on, you get clap. 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 We're getting started. We have our PPC, the man, the myth, the legend. Matt himself, he actually is helping thousands of families, right? Traveling the world. You know? Without his one decision, you heard him in Kareem's story. None of us would be here today, right? This guy is courageous, this guy is passionate, and he has a huge heart to help out millions of more families, right? He has created this platform. He has given us this opportunity and created this office for us to be great, right? So without further ado, let's make it huge. I want even louder than what you heard before. So I want you to feel the energy, right? Let's give it up for Jack, guys. Let's give it up for Jack!
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good morning. Good
I'm
afternoon.
prepared to speak up here, so I apologize. I don't have a time. But, yeah, no, I'm not used to it. We always talk about make sure you have the time. Right? I love that. Hey, wasn't Kareem incredible? Yes. There's a reason why I married him. Let's give a big hand. How do you get on married? Getting married here? Happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you don't know about the second. I tell you, when we got started in this business, there's several things that personally attracted me about the BFG right away. Just within maybe a day or two. It's actually 3 things. The first thing, I love how this company treats people. And you haven't seen the company if you're just here yet, right? You start to work with us a little bit, you train with us. You're going to eventually travel the country. You're going to meet a lot of leaders. You're going to go on national conventions. By the way, you have signed up if you're new. How many of you are new? Like less than a month. Less than a month. Oh, wow. You have no idea what you're part of yet. You are part of the most exclusive leadership group in the entire North America today, right? In the largest industry and the highest paid profession on the planet. This is just one of the offices out of many entrepreneurs and hundreds of thousands of people that we coach on a weekly basis in North America. So, man, what a great choice on your part. Give yourself a big hand for you actually making that decision. The 3 things I remember that got my interest right away. The first, the fact that this company knows how to treat people. How many of you come from corporate America? Let's be honest. Does corporate America care about your future? Be honest. Not even close, right? Man, this company treats you like a human. Not as a number, but as a human. They actually want you to improve. We always talk about strength and character like Kareem did, right? We want you to become better. Because we know if you can't become better, then you'll eventually become bitter. And a lot of people today are living a very bitter life because they forgot what self-improvement is about. Make sense? Most people today, you ask what their goal is, they say, I hope things stay the same. I'll be fine. How many of you know what I'm talking about? That's like committing suicide, man. How would you live your entire life hoping everything stays the same? In WFG, we don't like same old, same old. We like different, new, different, new. That's what we like here, right? So that's the first thing that caught my attention. That's how this company treats their people. The second thing that grabbed my attention in this business is the leadership. And by the way, you might want to write these 3 things down because these are things you can share with your prospects and say, hey, my company stands for these 3 things, right? The leadership. I love WFG because in WFG, we don't have bosses, we got leaders. I don't know who you spend most of your time with the first 8 hours of your day. I tell you, last 15 years here, the first 8 hours, the last 8 hours, or the middle 8 hours, we spend time with lots of quality leaders that are strong people in person, in virtue, in character. They're strong in their marriage, and they're strong in business. They're strong in their contribution. That's the kind of people I want to spend time with. How about you? How many of you remember when you were a little kid, you had a grandma or grandpa or somebody that loved you so much, and maybe even a parent, they said, hey, be careful who you hang around with when you go to school. How many of you remember that person telling you that? Yes? As if it was yesterday, that voice in your ear too. And they say if you spend time with four millionaires, chances are you become the 5th one unless you stop being friends with them. Is that crazy? So I don't know who you hang around with, but when we came here, I thought it was pretty awesome to change your association, to upgrade your peer group so you could associate with people that actually bring the best out of you. They actually challenge you. They actually talk about setting goals instead of same old, right? That's the second thing that I love. The third thing that actually caught my attention in this company was the kind of work that we do for the general public. Being in a financial literacy business. How many of you think that's a cool thing to do? How many of you think that's not only cool, but it's a noble cause to actually help people move forward financially? True? I don't like working for pyramid companies. I don't like people that get rich that become part of a pyramid. I think most rich people get to the top of the mountain by themselves. And the people around them, they're all actually down below. Yes? That's why they get there. They're not happy. Why? Because there's nobody to celebrate with. Nobody they could associate with. The rich and the poor, they usually don't get along. Not because of money. It's because the mentalities are completely different. Goals and objectives are different, right? I love the fact that our company is like 2 arms, right? When you go to the top, you take your people with you to the top. Does that make sense? That's the only way we go to the top. By helping other people get to the top, right? I love the fact that we do that for people. We teach people how to build wealth. We protect families. We talk about saving money. We talk about setting goals, hitting goals. We talk about building wealthy and never working for somebody. Are these important things? Now, as important as those 3 are, you have to understand not everybody's going to do it. A lot of people reserve the right to still be an employee and go work for somebody and make a lot of people rich, and they live on a paycheck, and one day they die on Social Security. Some people are going to do that, and you have to be okay with that. Say it with me. I got to be okay with that. So you can't get frustrated when your best friend doesn't want to win. And I know how frustrating that is when your best friend doesn't get it, right? You go, hey, I'm part of this great opportunity. They help people become financially successful, and some people don't get it. We didn't get it, like Kareem said, 18 years ago. It took us 3.5 years to hit our head on the wall a few more times until we figured out our way doesn't work. Does that make sense? So I want to give you some tips and get out of the stage because your leaders have a lot of cool stuff to share with you. And by the way, can you give a big round of applause to your leaders, Flora and Zeb? You're very incredible. You're incredible. I admire your leadership so much. And if I was you, by the way, let me tell you this. I can personally speak for myself. And I'm not saying because they're here. I wish, what's the word? Wish. I had leaders. We had leaders in the beginning of our career like the leaders that you have. I wish. Okay? Yeah. Do they care for their people? Yes. Do they want you to win? Yes. Are they here for you no matter what? Yes. Do they encourage you? Man, you guys, this group chat starts, what, 5:40, 2 a.m.? Right? Like today, I haven't opened it yet, but I noticed there's like 80-something texts that go, wow, this is awesome, right? That comes from leadership, okay? That comes from, don't ever take that for granted, or you think you're right, or you think you're too cool for leadership. Let me tell you this. We recruit over 100,000 people a year in this company. Why? Because there's a big financial mess in the country, and we need to build more financial trainers so we can help people. We recruit people, but that doesn't mean everybody starts here is going to be big, right? But look, we have about 8,000, 9,000 senior marketing directors. Those are the broker levels, the leaders that actually run teams, right? Do you think your leaders have something that actually separates them from those hundreds of thousands that are the 8,000, 9,000 leaders? Yes, no? Now, becoming an SMD is one thing. Becoming a leader, getting that promotion is one thing. But becoming an SMD and now running a team, having your own night, your own operation, right? That's pretty exclusive. And I know all of you contribute to it. But trust me, behind the scenes, if there's no leadership, nothing will grow. Does that make sense? So don't ever come to a point where you feel like you're too cool, or you already know, or, oh, trust me, I know what I'm doing. Here's what I know when you know something. The only time in your life you know something is when you live it. So if you are not experiencing it, then you probably heard about it. You probably heard somebody talk about it. Maybe you saw it somewhere. Maybe you noticed it, but you don't know it. The only time you know something is when you actually what? Living it. Does that make sense? Like Kareem said, hey, I know that. It's the most dangerous. Oh, I've heard of that before. Really? Then prove it. Go build it if you know it. If you don't, then you know nothing. And that's why today, one of the goals we have is building leaders that take over universities. Because I believe WFG is going to become the biggest university that has street smart tactics and business school to teach real life successful people. How many of you agree with that? We coach a lot of universities. Trust me, CSUN, Woodbury, we just did an event. Our team just did an event at UCLA and Cal State LA. We're all over the place, right? First, they want us to go teach their students. And then they go, wow, this content is really cool. We should have this specifically for the professors of the college. Why? And I'm not suggesting schools are not good, but what I'm saying is most of the stuff that our school system teaches, they teach you stuff before you take the action. The theory. Is that right? But in reality, you learn something after you take the action. That's the greatest education of all time. That makes sense? So I love the fact that when we bring people in here and we say, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. Once you do it, you succeed, then you know it. Then you can go teach other people. Is that cool? All right, so I got a few minutes here with you. I want to teach you or show you or share with you what you could do for this 90 days in 2019 to lay the foundation of your business, and 2020 will be the biggest breakthrough for your business and your finances and your goals. Anybody want to hear? Yeah. Anybody not? Or maybe I'll share with you next time. I'm done. You guys want to hear? Yeah. I can show a little bit more enthusiasm. All right, there's only one word. If you get this word, and if you really apply this one word, it's only one, it's guaranteed. What's the word? Guaranteed you're going to become successful in your life. There's not maybe, it's a guarantee if you understand this one word and if you apply it. This one word will make you a superstar. This one word that I'm about to give you, it will change your life forever. This one word not can change your life financially, but it can put you in a position where you have level of influence. How many of you want to have influence? How many of you want to be positive influence in this world? How many of you have parents still working that maybe you should retire? How many of you have children that you feel like they're still looking for a better role model and I better be that role model at home? Yes? How many of you feel like you're more than a number? You should be doing something big with your life? Yes? There's this one word that I'm going to show you. This one word will transform everything for you. And guess what? Say what? What? You have all heard this one word, but I'm not sure if you understand the meaning behind it. As a matter of fact, if people understood this one word, then everybody would have been rich in the world. Does that make sense? Would you agree with me today that most people today are financially not in shape? Yes. Right? We have a trainer here. Where's Felix? Right? First time here? I just talked to him, right? The guy's a trainer at the gym, right? So people go to gym because they want to get in shape. Is that true? Physically, they want to get in shape. And guess what? We're building gyms that get people financially in shape, mentally in shape. Is that important too? Yes. Absolutely, right? So take a look. Here's that one word. It's called value. Value. What's the word? Value. Value. Listen to this. When we were struggling years ago financially, it's because we thought something was wrong with us. We thought we're just not one of those lucky people. Everybody could succeed, but we can't. See, we're cursed. It's just, one good thing happens, 20 bad things happen. That was our mentality. Broke mentality, poverty consciousness, right? But in WFG, kind of opened our eyes. We start to realize, wait a minute, all the successful people in the world, they understand this right here. The top 1%, top 5% of the world's population, this is what they live by. Let me tell you what that means. Value, meaning what this means is that the people who make the most money and become financially independent, they add the most value to the marketplace. Write that down, to the marketplace. So your job is to become what? Valuable. Now listen to this. I'm not talking about as a person. You're all valuable people at your church, at your home, in front of your kids, in front of your family. You're very valuable people. I'm talking becoming valuable for the marketplace. In other words, check this out. Years ago, by the way, how did money even get created? Because maybe thousands and thousands of years ago. I don't even know exactly when, but there was no money. There was no currency. But people still exchange something. Why? Because people have big farms. Somebody was, let's say, raising and growing cows, and somebody had a big ranch of growing a lot of vegetables. And this guy said, hey, I want some of your vegetable. And they said, okay, what are you giving me in return? Okay, well, give me a cow, I'll give you this much vegetable. And that kind of worked out. It was an exchange, yes? After a while, they realized, wait a minute, this thing is just too hard. I can't be carrying cows and sheep and chickens and all that constantly. And it takes too much time. Why don't we create some paper, right? You give me some value, I'll give you this. Is that pretty cool? So that's how it came out. So the point is, why is it that 80% of people today barely make enough money to survive, pay the bills? End of the 30 days, money runs out, they got to go back to a job. Why do people do that for 40 years? Because they don't become valuable in front of the marketplace. In other words, instead of saying, how do I make more money? Money is an exchange, yes? The better question is, how do I add more value? How do I become more valuable? That's the secret. How in the world do I become better? So in our business in 15 years, this is the only thing we've seen. We have people come here, all kinds of people. We have people that come in very confident, make it. We have people come in low confident, make it. We have people come in white and yellow, black and blue, tall, short, skinny, big, doesn't matter. Educated, non-educated, diploma, no diploma, born here, not born here, immigrants, all kinds of people make it. But there's one thing that all the winners have in common. Guess what that is? The winners make a decision to become better people. They make a decision to become valuable people. And all the rest of the ones that quit, they don't make it out there too. They still will remain in a legalized slavery and work for a paycheck. Okay? So you got to become valuable if you want to win, my friends. Who here wants to win? Yes. You got to become valuable. So let's take a look now. How do you become valuable? First of all, there's three or four things I want to give you. First of all, three things I want to give you actually. First of all, you got to find a market need. Okay? Now you go, okay, well, you know what? I made a decision. I want to be great at something. I don't want to be the jack of all trades and master of none. You've heard of that, right? How many of you ever ask somebody, hey, what do you do? They kind of laugh. They go, a lot of things. What do you automatically know about that person? They're broke. I'm doing so many things at once. You're broke. Okay? The people who become successful, they master one thing. Does that make sense? Warren Buffett didn't go figure out how to do 10 deals. Well, I do 3, 4 businesses at the same time. Somebody told me that I do cryptocurrency. I do this. I go, you're broke. God, I don't want to hear it, right? Master. Steve Jobs became a master of one thing. Bill Gates became a master of one thing. Howard Schultz mastered Starbucks, how to build it. Ray Kroc built the McDonald's, mastered one thing. Do you think they offered a whole bunch of other deals to them? Yes, they didn't care. They were focused on one thing. Because they're long-term thinkers. They focus on value. Does that make sense? They find what? A market need. Am I being too tough with you? No. It's just my belief comes out like that. I'm not mad at you, okay? I just believe in what I'm talking about. Okay? Market need, okay? You gotta find a dramatic market need. Now, what's the need in America today? What kind of a need are we serving today in America? What are we doing here? We're talking about the area that everybody hates to talk about. True? In a worst economic times when unemployment is high, go to the malls, still packed. People are always shopping. Why? You think they have a lot of money, that's why? No, they want to avoid the pain. They avoid pain. They want to avoid it. They want to get away with it. They want to forget. Some people do drugs. Some people go overeat, gamble. Some people get into gambling. They have misdirected energy because what? They're stressed out. People say, I want to be happy. How can you be happy when you're scared? That makes sense? There's a major market challenge right now in financially. 80% of people today have no passive income, live on one source paycheck. 40% of families with children have no protection whatsoever. No will, no trust, no living benefits, no life insurance, no protection. People are walking around with no financial protection, right? Third challenge we have today, poor savings habits. People don't save enough money. The average American today has less than $10,000 saved in America. 75% of people have less than $10,000 saved. And fourth crisis today, majority of people are going to retire and live long. They're going to run out of money in their retirement. And they're going to become a burden on their children that are struggling too. Is this crazy? Now, you don't have to believe what I just said. That's a fact. Go Google it. That's a statistic. So there's a big market need in order for us to serve, true? So when you have a big market need, what's the second thing you need? By the way, where do these people live that have financial issues? Everywhere. There's no territory restriction. They're everywhere, right? What's the second thing you need? You need a solution for that, right? If there's a dramatic market need, you need what? Products. Products that can serve that need, true? Yes? Yes. What kind of products do we have? How many products do we have? A lot of them. From how many companies? Everywhere. Why? Because we believe we should be diversified. We're not one of those, companies that believes in one suit fits all. Hey, you should always buy term insurance for everybody. No, we don't do that. We believe there's different things for different people. Yes, there might be 2 or 3 products that you do it most of the time, but we are very diversified in the kind of business that we do, right? So imagine now your goal is to create value, and you find a dramatic market need, and on top of that, you got products that can solve that solution. What's the third thing that's missing there? There's one more thing that's missing there. What is that? You can have great products, but if you don't have a distribution system, it's not going to work out. Does that make sense? What does that mean, distribution system? Hey, I could know this product, but how many people can I help out? If we have 350 million people right now, 75% of them are not fit financially. How many of them can you reach out to by yourself? How many? Not much. So what do you need? A team, a big group, an army of people, right? So this is why you need to understand. Sometimes people go, do I need to bring people? I help them understand what we do. And then I go, do you want to ask that question now? They go, no, right, I kind of got the answer. You don't need to bring anybody here. But if you understand this, then you realize nobody makes massive impact and creates value by themselves. They have to build something. Hey, what's the worst restaurant, food quality-wise, in the world? McDonald's. Do you know nobody makes more money than McDonald's in the world with the worst food in the market? You know why? Their job is not to create the best food. They're intentionally designed like that because they're serving, listen to this, McDonald's is serving more people than anybody else in the world. They're serving 6% of US population every day. Why? That's just the US, I'm telling you. Why? They got a big what? Distribution. Are you with me? There are people who can't eat anything else but McDonald's. Are you with me? So here's the point. What do you have to do if you want to be successful? What do you have to do? Become valuable. How many of you are getting some good answers here today for you? Yes? You need to become valuable. You need to stop saying, I want money. You need to say, look, how do I help one person? And then, how do I hire somebody and teach that one person how to help one person? And then, how do I influence that one person that, hey, don't be selfish. Whatever I taught you, you're using it, it works, you're helping a family, you're making money. Teach this to somebody else. The only people who don't make it at WFG are selfish people. If we teach you all this stuff and you take it for yourself and you never pass it on, you're selfish. And you won't make money because we got a distribution system, like Corinne said, that works. And there's no territory restrictions, right? I could recruit her. She could recruit her friend. Her friend might know another friend in Florida. Florida friend knows somebody in Alabama. She goes and gets started. And then she has a friend in New Jersey. New Jersey friend starts. She gets licensed, becomes a leader. She produces hundreds of licensed agents. Everybody in the process gets money. Where have you seen such a thing? Does that make sense? So when you come in here, what does WFG provide? Real quick, what does WFG provide? Take a look here. Think about that. What does WFG provide? When you come in here, WFG provides 3 things to people. But there's some things that you need. Very simple. What we do is very basic. 3 things we provide. The first thing we provide is we provide training workshops. Okay? Training workshops. How many of you think that's important? Yes. And by the way, training workshops are not just Thursday night, Saturday mornings, right? You get to qualify to elite. So we know you're serious. We spend a lot more time in coaching you personally how to become an entrepreneur. So you don't end up in the bottom 80% of the population that struggles financially. You don't want to do that. We provide training workshops, true? Yes. We believe the way middle-class people will change is by you teaching them the right information. Does that make sense? Yes. As a matter of fact, middle class is middle class because of the wrong information. How many of you grew up with middle class parents? See, it generationally continues, right? Because wrong information was passed on. So if we bring people here, how many of you actually feel like right now as I'm speaking, I'm challenging your thinking, yes? You feel like you're transforming in the process. That's what training workshops do, new information. You got to start thinking big, my friends. What's the second thing that we provide here? We provide financial plans, right? Different products and services. Most people don't have a plan. They don't have a financial plan. True? Yes. What's the third thing we provide? A business system, right? I call ownership. Why? Because we believe that the company you work for or work with, you should own it after one point. I don't believe you should work 10 years, 15 years, 20 years and still be afraid that one day they might fire you. I believe you should have ownership in the company that you work for. We believe in ownership. How many of you believe that? Is that a good thing? Yes. When do you get ownership contract in our business? Once you become a senior marketing director, SMD is just a decision away from you. Just a decision away. The moment you stop caring what other people think of you and you commit to become valuable, you'll become SMD. And you just work with your SMD, you become SMD. Now, imagine every day when we sit down in front of families, this is all we promote. You guys have the new charts, yes? Yes. Doesn't it have this? In a nice, more colorful way? Yes? What does it say? What do you guys do? Well, we help people become financially independent. That's our message. Write it down. Somebody asks you, what do you do? What do you do, KP? We help people become financially independent. Is that simple? Right? What do we do?
Help people become financially independent.
Hey, my firm trains people how to become financially independent. That's the message, right? How do we do that? We do it 3 ways.
Training.
Right? We provide training workshops. We coach and train people. We give people a plan. Most people today have no plan. Right? We give them a financial plan where they actually start putting their money somewhere that's growing. And we give people an opportunity where they can come here work with us, help families, and build a business that they can own. That's how we do it. We help people become financially what? Independent by 3 different ways. So in other words, if I'm giving my prospect options, some of you asked us to talk about closing, true? Some of you are great in marketing and presenting, but you don't know how to close. Very easy to close, right? It's like saying, I could fly the plane, but I don't know how to land. Closing is the lending part. How do you lend where you can get a commitment? So if I sit down with KP, I talk about KP. I say, KP, let me ask you a question. Is becoming financially independent important to you?
Yes.
Why is it important to you? I have my pen and paper. I want to write it down. I want to see what his reasons are. You always begin with the reasons. Why is it important to you? Give me 3 reasons why it's important for you to become financially independent.
I like to become free.
You want to become free?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I write it down. What else? Give me 2 more.
I like to leave something for my family.
Leave
something for my family.
Leave something for your family. Okay? And I can get specific into it, of course. Give me 1 more. You see? Now that's what you're going to realize. Green mentioned this. You're going to realize most people don't have goals. Most people don't know, how to get to where they want to go because they don't know where they're going. Does that make sense? So I find out his goals. Then I'm going to say, KP, we help people become financially independent. 3 different ways. First, we train them. Second, we help them start saving money. We give them a plan. And third, we bring them part-time into our business. We teach them how to make extra income. And eventually, some of them become successful in this business. Let me ask you a question. What's one thing are you looking for? Is it making money? Is it saving money? Is it learning? What are you looking for? Making money. True? Okay. What are you doing this coming Saturday morning?
Chilling.
Perfect. So if KP asked me, so how do you guys make money? What would be my answer? Just like every other business, right? You add value, you make money. So let me ask you this. I said, KP, actually, let me tell you this. In WFG, when we recruit people, we have people come on board. A lot of people come here to learn. Now look at the stages I'm going to walk into. A lot of people come in to learn. Some of them, they don't just learn, they actually use our financial plans, they become a client. They solve their own problem. And some of them, once they solve their own problem, they feel like, wow, I now have the solution. Why keep it to myself? They come here to get licensed, and together we go help other families. And as you help other people, you get paid. Let me ask you a question. Do you like helping other people? How would you feel if you had the secret to financial success? How would you feel? And if you had that, would you share it with other people? And if you also shared it, you made money by doing that, would that be even better?
What do I sign up?
When you get started, right? I like that. That's it. That's the mentality. Now, if some of you go, well, I got to write down what he said, it's not about writing down. It's about understanding what I was talking about. If you believe it, you don't have to write any of this stuff down. We help people become financially independent. How do we do it? How many ways? We train them. We provide them mentors, coaching, training, yes? Goal setting. Self-improvement. What's the second thing we do? We provide them tools, yes? They need to have a plan. What's the third thing we provide? An opportunity, true? So now going back to this, watch this. What is a distribution system? A distribution system, a good distribution system to me has to have two things, okay? Think about this. Now, distribution system, imagine it's a franchise, okay? Now, how much do franchises cost? How much? Give me the cheapest franchise in North America. 250,000. What franchise is that? Baskin Robbins, right? You buy it, you got to put the whole family and the kids to work, make $5,000 a month, right? And especially they don't even work during winters. There's no money in the ice cream business, right? Most of the time. Now, that's a system. You pay $250,000 to make $5,000 to $6,000 a month, and family working to help out. True? Now here's another thing. What if you want to expand more of it? Each one costs $250,000. So if you want to have 4 franchises, costs you how much? $1 million. True? Now watch this. What if we had a system in a tremendous market need for only people that want to add value, and we had great products, and we had a system that provided 2 things. No franchise fee, right? And a generational growth. Generational growth. What does that mean? That means I could open up my own financial franchise. I could teach her how to open up hers. She could open up another one. They could open up another one. Collectively together, we can have many financial franchises. It didn't cost us money, and the system allowed you to build generationally. Let me give you an example, and I'm out of the stage. Let's say, you guys learning something?
Yes.
Okay, let's say this. Let's say you come in here and you figured out, you know what, he's right. I don't need to be an employee no more. That's a scam. I gotta own my business. I'd rather be a slave in my own business, have control, versus being an employee for somebody else. All my life, my income goes flat. I never take off. I fly low altitude, and always be scared that I might be the next one being fired. It's a pyramid. All jobs are pyramids, right? There's only so much you can go to the top. You can't get the chair at the top. You with me? So what happens now here, and watch this. What happens now here, I met an engineer yesterday, by the way, going on a field training. Wife is a nurse, husband is an engineer. 10 times more smarter than me, right? But the mentality is so poor. Both of them struggling financially. 2 incomes, not adding enough value. Okay? So we talked to them about this stuff. They're thinking now. Slowly, their brain is waking up. True? But some people need some time like that. Okay? Now, where was I? Yeah, so you come in here. There's 3 skills you got to master. Write this down. 3 skills. Number 1 skill you got to master is how to be a generator. You got to master how to become a generator. I want to write that down. Write it down. But you write it down. Generator. Who's a generator? A generator is someone who knows how to make some appointments, create some momentum. True? You put together a list, or today you met somebody, tomorrow you invited them, you said, that's momentum. You generate something from scratch. That's a generator. By the way, the number 1 skill is that one in any business. Second one is what? So basically, generator is the marketing side of things, right? And by the way, this team is really good at marketing. You guys market all over the place. I love that. But second one is the closer. Because if you generate all these appointments and you don't know how to get results and close, your business is in trouble. So you got to get good at becoming a closer. When I say closer, means you got to learn to show a plan to a people, and they say yes, and you help them out, and you also get paid. It's a skill. You can learn how to do that. True? What's the third skill you got to learn? Duplicate. Thank you. You got to duplicate that process and teach other leaders so your business can grow. Now, in your opinion, if your focus was those 3 things, how much time would it take for you to really get the hang of those 3 if you were really focused on adding value? Huh? Let's say it takes you 1 year, right? Asrina, 1 year. You come here 1 year, and I agree with you, by the way, it's 90 days. But let's say you take 1 year, you figure out, okay, that's all I have to do. Every business has 3 skills. Every business. I better be good at my marketing and generating appointments. Whether it's through my personal, or I recruit somebody, I set up appointments for my teammates, whatever that is. 2, I learn how to present and close and get results. And 3, I teach other people how to do the same. That's it. That's all you master. Now watch me, watch this. Some of you get your calculator out. Ready? All right, now watch this. Now let's say this was you. Do I have some time?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, it won't fit here, but let's say you develop 10 direct leaders, right? 10 wide leaders. How much time would it take for you to do that? Let's say you spend some time really developing 10 leaders. Yeah, you know how to generate, you know how to get results, you teach others, you teach others, you teach others, you teach others. You develop 10 leaders. And of course, you have to go through some people to find a leader. Not everybody comes here becomes a leader. By the way, everybody has a seat of a leader, but not everyone wants to become one. Some people want to die as a follower, unfortunately. You develop 10 leaders. How many?
10.
Now watch this. Let's say each one of them develop only one, which doesn't happen like that. You do 10, they're going to do probably at least half. Because people always do 50% of what you do right, and they do 100% of what you do wrong. And people do 50% of what you do right slow, and they do 100% of what you do wrong fast. That's human nature. So now what happens? Now watch this. So are you with me so far? You build 10 leaders over the next, let's say it takes you 5 years. And you stopped. And 10 leaders, each one built one. So now second generation, how many leaders do you have? Another 10. So you have total how many?
20.
Now the second generation builds another one each. So that's how many? Another 10, and that's 30. I'm not even talking the compounding part, okay? Fourth generation does one each. Fifth generation does one each. What would happen? By the time you get to fifth, if each promoted one, you'll have total of how many leaders? 50 licensed leaders, true? 50 SMDs. Now watch this. 50, do the math. 50 leaders. Each one have average how many licensed people in your opinion? What do you think? Huh? About 25 licensed. I'm going to go very conservative. Do the math. What's 50 times 25? How many?
1,250.
That's right. So 1,250. Huh?
Yeah.
1,250 licensed, true?
Yes.
Okay. Now, our average client puts how much dollars? How many dollars into a plan, into a financial plan? $2,500 a year, $200 a month, $7 a day. So if you had 1,250 licensed people, you didn't train 1,250 licensed, you only trained 10. But it compounds over time. This is called generational ripple effect. Watch this now. You end up with, those 10 leaders end up with 1,250 people 5 years from now if it's done properly. Your focus is duplication. And if each one helped one family per month, one a month, that means 1,250 clients helped per month. True? Each client helping, you help them save $7 each day. That's about $200 a month, about $2,500 a year. You with me so far?
Yes.
Is that a doable number?
Yes.
Okay, do the math. How much would that be? So that's 2,500 points annually, $7 a day. So what's 1,250 times 2,500 points? Yes? Now, in the world of business, this is the last thing you need to know about. There's something called spread. What is it called?
Spread.
You're going to face the marketplace. They're going to say so many nonsense stuff. And people don't understand how to make money, so don't take it personal. People say, oh, is this one of those things that you bring people, they bring people, they bring people, and everybody sells and you make money? The answer is, isn't that how everything in life is? In your company, are you the only person working? Is there another person working in your department? Are there other departments people working? Isn't everybody making some money? What kind of question is that? That's called what? A spread. The question is not how does the company make money. The question is how much of that entire company's profit goes into your bank account. That's the question. That's the question. So imagine this. That's called margin or profit. If I own a restaurant and I got 10 restaurants, don't I want restaurant number 9 to give me some profit? Now, is it guaranteed every restaurant will give you the same amount of profit? No. Beverly Hills store might produce more. Burbank one might do a little bit less. There's different margins. Are you with me?
Yes.
That's called margins. Now, when you're on a salary, there's no such thing. I met somebody the other day at Starbucks. They go, is this one of those that's commission? I said, what's commission? She goes, when you don't have stable income, you only sell, you make money. I said, do you like commission? No. Do you like salary? She says, no. I said, well, guess what? There's other stuff, other than salary and commission. She says, what is it? I said, margins, profits, creating multiple sources of passive income, right? Sorry, what is that? A lot of people don't know about it. So what do you think your average margin here is? It depends, right? There's percentage spreads. We won't get into it. But let's say bonus pools combined, you average about 30% spread. Now, do the 30% of $3 million. Huh? By the way, this is what? Monthly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's 30%? I can't hear you. 900? Okay. 937 that's every what? That's monthly. That's about $1 million income. Now, I know this went over a lot of people's head in this room, but here's the deal. Why am I showing you this? I'm not trying to motivate you with big money. I'm trying to help you understand that sometimes in life you go, wow, my dream is so big and so far away, but you underestimate the fact that all these big things, if you were to back it up, it started with something very small. If we take something very small and we just make a decision that, hey, I'm going to become 5% more valuable. And once I learn how to do it, I'm going to teach somebody else. I'm going to teach somebody else. They're going to teach somebody else. They're going to teach somebody else. And you give time, guys, it's science. It's a matter of time. You take 2 lines, you give a little tilt to it, and you give them some space, some time, whether you believe it, understand it, you like it, you don't like it, it must grow. Are you with me?
Yes.
The only time it doesn't grow is when you're going flat broke like an employee. 0 times 0 is
0.
Million times 0 is
0.
How about 1 billion times 0?
0.
It's still 0. 0 doesn't multiply. So what am I trying to tell you here? You got a system here with generational overrides. You got to focus on building leaders. That's what you got to focus on. The big money in life is not having a job. Big money in life is not having a good degree, right? You may make 150, 200,000 with a degree, but that's not a lot of money. California, come on, 200,000 a year. How do you live with that? Big money is not even in sales. Big money is in leadership development. Write this down. The highest paid profession in the world is leadership development. So my message to you today here is what? Anybody can do it. Your job is to make a decision. I got to be valuable to the marketplace. So now you know. So when you're surrounded with people and friends go, there's no money, there's no job, all the jobs are taken, nothing works. Don't listen to stuff like that. That is not true. You find a place, and I think you did. There's a tremendous market, lots of great products, and a system where you can train people and build a large distribution. Guess what? The sky is your imagination. There's no limit how big you can become. And in the end, 3 things will motivate you. Here's the 3 reasons. 1, some of you might be really motivated because of the big financial reward. Like, man, you get so rich. Like, that's probably your biggest goal. You want to be so wealthy in your lifetime. As a matter of fact, who here wants to do that? You want to be so rich that you want to travel the world and give your money away. You want to help all kind of charity. You want to just go, man, make a big impact. Yes?
Yes.
Man, I love being around people that think big and they want to be rich. Right? Not the poor people that go, I don't want to be greedy. You know? like you got to be faithful. But who said you can't have faith and you can't have money? Actually, if you have faith and you're one of those people that study faith, and I'm not going to get into that subject today, and you're broke, it's a sin. You're violating faith. Faith means abundance. It means you're supposed to have everything as long as it came from helping others. It's not stealing, it's not cheating. You have the right intention. True? So 3 rewards. 1 reward is you're going to get financially wealthy. 2nd reward, you're the type of person, you don't care about money so much. You can even eat with $2 a day, you're fine with that. But the 2nd thing is you're going to get such emotional reward and satisfaction and blessings when you help other people become successful. People's blessings coming to you, guess what? That kind of extends your life another 100 years. You with me?
Yes.
I tell you, I love that part. I think the greatest part of our business is the kind of impact we make in other people's lives. And it gives you such big satisfaction. Guess what? You never get tired when your people are with you. People ask us sometimes, you guys work a lot. No, we don't. We build leaders. And that gives us so much adrenaline, so much faith, and so much energy. You could go on forever. You never get tired. Okay? Yeah. 3rd one. Guess what the 3rd one is? 3rd one, the biggest reward you'll get here. The 3rd reward you'll get is whose life are you going to change? How many of you have somebody you love and care about so much that you would do anything for them? Right? Like when Green was talking about my dad, you know, I still have a pictures in my office. I've never showed this to anybody. The man got a 3rd-degree burn. I would go in the hospital. I looked at my dad. I don't recognize his face. They said they'll do plastic surgery. He may not come back the same no more. Thank God he's doing good now. Surgery went well. But here's the thing. At that moment, I couldn't sit at the hospital and just, you know what's going on in my mind? How long is my parent going to work like that, struggle, hate his job, go through that crazy work every day? And I can't even ask my dad, Dad, how are you? How's your day? I know he's going to complain how bad his life is. And here I am, his young son. I can't do anything about it. I just have to just shut my mouth and can't say anything because I can't do anything about it. Who knows what I'm talking about? When you make money, you succeed. You have a voice. You can help people. You can take care of the ones that you love. That makes sense?
Yes.
So that's what I got for you. How many of you got some good nuggets there?
Yes.
Okay? You got to make a decision to become a person of value. All right? So speaking of value, I want to close by challenging you guys. You guys would like challenge?
Yes.
Can I challenge you? Yes? No?
Yes.
How are you going to become very valuable from this point on? What's the skills you got to master? How to be a generator. Number 2, how to be a closer. Number 3, you qualify to elite circle. I promise you we'll teach you the rest. How about that?
Yeah.
Do everything. Just don't become an employee for the rest of the life. I've had 32 jobs. I blessed every place I worked. They took care of my family. But don't stay as an employee forever. That is not what this country is built on. This country is built for you to be. And then guess what? The American dream is still alive. So, speaking of that, I want to give you a challenge. This month, every year, we call it Shocktober. It's not October, it's Shocktober. We're going to Shocktober this month. How many of you are ready to really shock this month? Yes? Like you go, you know what? This month, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to get my intensity higher, right? I'm going to get a little bit more focused. I'm going to stop over-worrying and stop living in fear. And I'm going to be aligned with my leader a little bit more. I'm going to be coachable a little bit more. I'm going to do 1 extra phone call a day a little bit more. Yes?
Yes.
That's how you do it. So we decided to do something very cool for you guys and teach you some of these things because in 1 hour base shop meeting, we can do that. So we want to spend some time with you. So we decided in the month of Shocktober, okay, whoever does 5 points, how many points?
5.
1 recruit is 1 point, 1 sale is 1 point, okay? Even if you're not licensed, you take your trainer out on the appointment and then your trainer writes a policy, helps apply, and then 1 point counts for you. Is that good?
Yeah.
So whoever does, how many points?
5.
Any combination. I don't care if it's 5 recruits. I don't care if it's 5 policies. I don't care if it's any combination combined. 1 recruit is 1 point. 1 sale is 1 point. In the month of Shocktober, you guys do 5 points total. We will set a date and we'll take those qualifiers to our home. We'll have a nice full day retreat. Okay? Yeah. We'll spend some time together. We'll eat, and then we'll do a nice training, and we'll make sure we answer every question you have. We'll fully equip you so when you come out of that retreat, guess what? You're equipped to become successful. How about that?
Good.
Who's going to be there?
Me.
All right, by the way, we have plenty of space, so you don't have to worry about who we qualify or not. You all qualified well today.